Hello, everyone. Welcome to a cryptic crossword. I just felt like doing one today. It's been a while. We're, as we have been, kind of working our way backwards in time through the New York Times archive, and apparently the most recent one we haven't done yet is July 5th, 2015. So let's dive in here. Um, Reminder for those of you who I don't know how many people really get to watch these videos and don't already know how cryptic works. Like there's only like 3 people watching each one, right? But just in case you've never seen a cryptic before. It's a British kind of crossword. Just like American crosswords, you have to fill out each square so that the answers match when they cross. But the clues are given to you in a different way. Each clue contains the answer twice. Once as an oblique definition of some kind, well, a definition usually oblique, and once as some kind of wordplay, pun, or anagram, something like that. They don't tell you how they're split up, but somewhere in the middle, there's an invisible line, like maybe here. And on maybe the left side is the definition, and the right side is the wordplay, or vice versa. And it tells you it's 8 letters long. Obviously, you can see this just by looking at the grid, but here, for example, they tell you it's a 5-letter word, then a 3-letter word. So, okay, that's cryptics, your 30-second crash course. All that said, let's get started. Outlaw is the man, Edward ultimately exiled. Now, ultimately is often used for wordplay, meaning the last letter of something. So a D in Edward or a D in exiled. So we expect that the wordplay, it like surely ends with D, I think. Because whether, like, ultimately exiled is the end of the wordplay and we have a D, or, like, Edward ultimately is the end of the wordplay, we have a D at the end either way. So I think we can put a D in there. So an outlaw is like a brigand, for example, but that doesn't fit. I don't know. We'll get back to it. I'm not that great at these. I'm okay. I rarely complete the puzzle without needing some help, but I can get like 3/4 of it often. Row or row behind you and me. Is this a ruckus? It's not quite a ruckus, is it? I'm just noticing you and me is us. And a row is kind of a loud, noisy argument, which could be a ruckus, right? But what's the deal with behind, then? Clearly the ends of the answers are easier in today's puzzles. A row could be like things arranged next to each other, or it could be like in an or rows. Don't know yet. You know, it looks like I'm gonna look at some of these downs. They're short. That's often is. Whoa! What the heck is this? This is a really weird clue. I've never, that I can recall, ever seen a cryptic crossword clue that's only one word. It's hard to see how you split this up into 2 parts. This is a total mystery to me. A, B, C, D, F, or G? Are those... Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Get it? Those are musical chords excluding E, or not chords, but notes excluding E. And so this is not E, but also a note. Those are all examples of notes. Easy jobs taking voltage from oscilloscope readings. Oh, it's been too long since I did a cryptic. That one just has me like, I don't even know. Huge jerk holding one whip. Now, holding might very well mean... Oh, is this Titanic, maybe? That means huge. And one could maybe be held inside of a word meaning jerk? No, an is one. Okay. I'm not sure about this yet. One whip. What does whip have to do with any of this? I could just imagine them, like, tit could be a jerk. They're like both rude words for a person. I wouldn't really call them synonyms, but... But it's holding something, so... Maybe like TIC. Ah! Okay, TIC is a tick, which is a kind of jerk of a muscle, right? And it's holding one whip. I don't quite understand that. Now, since there's an I here and here, it could be TIC or it could be TIC. So we have either it, an, or tanny in the middle here. And that's supposed to mean one whip somehow. I think this is right, but I don't totally understand the wordplay yet. Still don't know about that. Urge beginning of experiment with wild cougar in New England. So the definition might be something like in New England, and we just have to name a place that's in New England. And then urge beginning of experiment with wild cougar is the wordplay. Urge beginning of might be the letter U. Maybe. Or beginning of experiment might be the letter E, and urge could be push or, I don't know, goad. Complete spread, except for the top. I mean, except for the top looks like removing the first letter of some word. And that word would have to be spread or some synonym for spread that's 6 letters long, which when you remove its first letter means complete. Finish, for example, no. That doesn't mean spread. Let's get back to the process, I guess. Oh, this will be a river, some river, right? A flower, very often they say, oh, no, it's not flower, you're reading it wrong. It's flower. Something that flows is a river. Favorite one in Waterloo, Iowa. So I don't imagine... They typically don't ask you to know, like, what's a famous river in Waterloo, Iowa, right? They might expect an American audience, which this is, of course, for the New York Times, to know that Iowa is IA. And so perhaps the end might be ends with IA. And the rest is like favorite one in Waterloo. Because like this looks like it could be the end of the name of a river, right? But I don't know. Luncheonette worker finally had to cancel and order. I don't know. Need some crosses for that. Feed all but the first stranger. Again, all but the first looks like removing the first letter of something. Either a synonym for feed or a synonym for stranger. And then you get a word that means the other one, right? You remove the first letter of feed, you get something that means stranger, hopefully. Otter? No, stranger is otter. And fodder is a kind of feed. Not as a verb, as it's being used here, but as a noun. I think otter is probably right. Hello? Okay, there we go. Not in favor of old egg appetizer. Anti something? Not sure. We'll put anti in for now. Could be con also. If you're not a pro, you're a con. Metal that is on an item of underwear. Lingerie doesn't quite fit. It's too short, right? Let's make sure I'm spelling it right. Yeah. Okay. Metal. Gold, copper, iron, silver. Tin. Tin's a good metal for crosswords. Don't know. I mean, item of underwear. Brass? Bra and brass kind of work, right? That's an item of underwear and a metal. Oh yeah. Is it just spelled out longhand like this? Brass? Huh, yeah, I see. You guys, I don't know. I never know whether like ask you guys, oh, do you see it, or just like explain it to you. You can always pause the video, but like, you want to figure this one out. The wordplay makes sense. This is the right answer. Metal, brass. Oops. And then we have to explain the IE. Well, that's easy. That is, right? Latin id est. That's what IE means. And something that is on something is that thing, regarding it. And altogether, it makes up an item of underwear. How did I come up with that, by the way? I don't remember. I came up with Brasier, but I don't remember what made me think of it. Nothing really, right? Obviously, I had said bra earlier, but it didn't occur to me to make it longer. I don't know. Well, we'll just keep going on these process for now. Come down, according to reports, to sit on the throne. Well, the porcelain throne is a toilet. Oh, according to reports is probably telling us to mishear something. It'll be a homophone in the clue. So come down or something. We'll be meant to hear. I don't know. We'll write something here that if you read it out loud will mean come down, or will mean to sit on the throne. Ventures to appear on stage before Jimmy Stewart's opening. Jimmy Stewart's opening is J. Ventures to appear on stage before. I don't know. Ventures to appear on stage. Tearing apart unappreciative person. An ingrate. I didn't expect apart to be an anagram indicator, but tearing apart just looks so much like it. It looks like an anagram. It's like, okay, how many letters? 7. I see tearing is 7 letters. Could apart clue that it's an anagram? I mean, I guess. Apparently the answer is yes. But an unappreciative person is an ingrate, and if you rearrange the letters in tearing, i.e. take them apart, I guess, you can come up with ingrate, tearing. List includes not one bird. It's probably the name of some bird. List includes not one. I mean, not one is 0 or none, maybe. Yeah, not one is none. So if we could put that inside of list, or nil, maybe, inside of list somehow? Linelst? Linelst? Phony tears spilled at the end. Don't know. Good beanery. Is that a place where beans are grown, or what? Constructed where Lambeau Field is. Sure would be nice to know where Lambeau Field is. Don't know. Still don't know what's going on here. This looks like it could be a T, maybe? Easy jobs. I don't know. Don't know, don't know. Writing scathing report about unruly men on boat. I'm kind of upset about this because men on boat is 9 letters, and if they were unruly, you could rearrange the letters, but it's not 10. Unruly just looks so much like an anagram indicator. But there's no convenient source of 10 letters. The way to view. Bear north or west? To bear something is to tolerate it? Don't know. Coming up, the best TV ad. Very funny. Next means coming up. Does that have anything to do with the best TV ad? I don't see how. Coming up. Fine, that's next. The best TV ad. I just don't think this is right. Soon? That's also coming up. But I don't see how so on, for example, could mean the best TV ad. quickly have suspicions about French-Italian medical examiner. The French-Italian medical examiner. Something I complain about sometimes in the New York Times is in like British cryptics, which I can't do because they have all these British cultural references, and also they're way fucking harder. They never put in a word that's unnecessary into the clue. And so you could say, oh, the. That's interesting that it's right there. Like, it must be part of the wordplay somehow. Because it wouldn't really change the meaning of the clue if you removed it. And so it must be part of the wordplay if it's important. And the New York Times does not always follow this rule. However, here I suspect that they have. I suspect the French is like the word le or les. Or does il mean the also? I'm not sure. I think it's le, les, la, las kind of thing. Double. We have le there, right? Double. Doubt. Oh. If you have suspicions about something, you doubt it, right? Double time. Is that... That means quickly, right? I was thinking double speed, but double time, that's a thing that exists. That's quickly. Ah, yes, look at that. So again, feel free to pause the video if you want to work out the pun. But, so I was right. Have suspicions about is doubt. But you don't put the T here. You put it here and put it around the French, which is le. And then the Italian medical examiner is the IME, I guess. Okay. Precepts about 5 worker benefits. I don't know. Let's just keep doing them in order here. Bit of talk concerning a certain Republican Club officer. Well, Republican in an American crossword is pretty much, in an American cryptic rather, is pretty much always the letter R. In some contexts, maybe it could be GOP, but usually it would be R. Club officer would be a treasurer, right? So let's see why this is right. Bit of talk. Is that just the letter T? It's a bit of talk? RE is concerning. A. Yeah, concerning. So a bit of talk. Re. A. Certain is sure, and Republican is R. And put that all together, you get a club officer, which is a treasurer. I'm glad I had that T there. That helped. For each island, make out something rising in the water. Not sure yet. Fall apart outside like a piece of meat. What is like a piece of meat? It's beefy. It's muscly. It's... I don't know. This one's got to be easy, right? It's got to be... I don't know the answer yet. It's a musical instrument. And by ear is we want to mishear something meaning to study. And we get a musical instrument. How many are there that fit like this? There's like a harp. There's a lyre. but that doesn't mean to study, and you don't spell it that way. Those are the only two musical instruments that are 4 letters long. I'm certain there are no others. Sadly, I'm not certain, and I'm certainly wrong. Musical instrument. To study by ear. The old P. P-E-T. To study. Okay, so how do you... What is to study? It's to review, to... A study could be a test, maybe. Or, like an experiment. A trial. I don't know. Try bringing back sporting equipment. Now, bringing back is probably telling us to write something backwards. I think sporting is fair. But we obviously can't use 4 letters in the middle of the thing. It would have to either be the entire definition or the entire wordplay. And it can't be if there's stuff on its left and its right. So that's not what we want. Sporting, if you're sporting something, you have it on. It's on. In rugby, a try is a goal. But if you write goal backwards, you don't end up with anything very good. Mark to say grace aloud. Grace aloud. I mean, you can't really mishear that as anything other than maybe graze, which doesn't fit. And to say grace is to pray or to bless. But that doesn't mean mark. Ouch. As always, these cryptics they're just killer. I'll certainly get some more before I have to give up and ask for help, but we've looked at all the clues now. Outlaw is the man. Edward ultimately exiled. I haven't done anything in the top right, which hurts. Maybe it is just a flower, though. And not a river. Favorite. One in. Go in something. I don't know. I mean, who was the favorite in Waterloo? Like, I thought it was Napoleon, and he just, happened to lose. Who did he lose to, though? Let's go look that up. I don't mind looking things up for cryptics. Waterloo battle. Napoleon. So who did he lose to? Battle of Waterloo. The Duke of Wellington. Yes, that's true. Okay, this is not a helpful avenue. All right, moving on. Luncheonette worker. We all know a luncheonette is an early brunch, right? There you go. Sadly, no. Antipas. Antipasti or like that's like Italian for appetizer. But there's no hint here that it should be in Italian. Anyway, it doesn't make sense with old egg. What's an old egg exactly? Like, I don't know. An old way of saying the word egg? Latin for egg? Probably not. Come down, according to reports, to sit on the throne. So come down could be like a light, right? They use that sometimes in American crosswords. Except we don't have room for it. And also, we're meant to mishear it somehow. To sit on the throne, you are crowned, you reign. Ah! Yes, it is reign. Because to sit on the throne is to reign, and to come down is to rain, R-A-I-N. It's really coming down out there if it's really raining. And if someone reported to you it was really raining out there, you might think they meant raining like this. Okay. Can you believe it? The queen is raining. What? She's falling out of the sky? No. She's raining. Anyway. Ventures to appear on stage. Before Jimmy Stewart's opening. I don't know. Okay, we have an R here now. List includes not one bird. Not one bird is a mammal, a reptile. We'll write down reptile and see if there's some reason it could be right. I don't think there is, but let's have a look. Because it's certainly no birds or reptiles. Not one bird is a reptile. No, sadly. There's really no reason this would be correct. Phony tears or tears spilled at the end. Something at the end is a coda is at the end. Something that's ended, something that's final is at the end. Good beanery. All right, what the hell is a beanery? Is it a place where beans are grown? What is a beanery? A cheap, usually inferior restaurant? Wow. Yeah, it has nothing to do with growing beans. It is like a cafe or something like that. A grill. It's another definition. But we have to start with good. So maybe it's great. Or grand. Don't know. BHB. What the fuck is this clue? I don't recognize you as a clue. I do not permit you to exist. Bite. Ugh. I mean, a T kind of fits here, but lots of letters fit here. Maybe we have sparks. Easy jobs. And this kind of looks like a T, but again, it could be lots of things. Wild cougar. Now, a cougar, as I recall, is the same animal as a puma or a mountain lion. So we could maybe just put like a puma in here, right? Nakpumate. I mean, Titanic could be wrong, I guess. So could Auntie. Well, we got the T for treasurer, which is nice, so I'm inclined to believe it. Complete spread, except for the top. Unruly men on boat. They could be a mutiny, mutineers. They could be privateers. They could be pirates. The way to view, bear north or west. Next, soon, like... A TV ad is a spot. An ad is a spot. So precepts are kind of like adages, but not really? Did we have this R before? We must have, right? For each is per, I guess. I mean, we had antipasti is an appetizer. But what does this have to do with old egg? Each island. I mean, there's various words you could write here. Permeates, permeated, right? But they don't make any sense. Persevere? Fall apart. Flake. Musical instrument to study by ear. This is killing me. I should be able to do this one. Try bringing back sporting equipment. Gear. Gear is sporting equipment. Does this make any sense? No? A suit is kind of sporting equipment? Also makes no sense. Mark to say grace aloud. Oh, I don't know. I've been through the whole puzzle. I can't get anywhere. This is awful. Show me what I've got right so far. Yeah, all of it. Not a big surprise. But I wasn't sure about this or any of these suffixes that I just kind of threw in there. Okay. Where could I get the most oomph out of a single hint? This might be a nice spot. Single rose. Wait. Oscilloscope reading. Are we looking for sensors in here somewhere? Well, taking voltage from. There should be a V somewhere, presumably, right? Or a V has been removed from some word? But from what word? I don't know what this... The old Manisard. I'm gonna need clues for this one eventually anyway. Bone. Banistud. Banished. Banished. Okay, how does this work? Outlaw is the wrong... Like, okay. So exiled means banished. Edward ultimately is a D. We got that. Someone who is the man is he. And to outlaw something is to ban it. Oh, this must be encourage. Okay. So we have urge, that's encourage. Beginning of experiment, that's E. I told you it was going to start with U or E. I guess once I saw the D here, I maybe could have tried an E. So beginning of experiment is E. Oh. And a wild cougar is just cougar, rearrange the letters, courag, and all that is in New England, N-E. Ouch. I have no idea what this is. Show me this letter. I don't know what this one is either. Give me the whole word. Beta? What is BHB? BHB is a chemical. Beta hydroxybutyrate. How on earth am I supposed to know this? That's so weird. I know that, like, H is the Greek letter eta, and there's a B here. Is that what I'm supposed to do? BH is B and then eta, and then this B stands for beta? I hate it a lot, if that's the answer. I mean, is this antipasti? Is that... No, antipasta? I thought in antipasto? Antipaste? Antipasto. Huh. Oh, maybe antipasti is plural of desserts. Appetizers. That makes sense. That's why you see it on menus. The I is a plural ending, and O is the singular ending. This I know, and makes sense. Okay, an appetizer. Okay, An old egg is a past O. Yeah, okay. Oh. So we didn't look. Is this next or like no? We happened to get the T right. Can't think of anything else that could go there though. Give me this letter. Well, we have a U and a T here now, I guess. Court. Court fits here, although I don't see what it has to do with a luncheonette. Really? Well, courtyarder. Easy job. Oh, that's a word I haven't seen in modern English for quite a while. Sinecures. I think that's how you pronounce it. How do I pronounce? Sinecure. Yeah. So it's a you might like the king might give a sinecure to his nephew, have him just go rule over some kind of simple uh duchy or whatever. I don't know. It's an easy job of some kind. And so taking voltage from oscilloscope readings, yes, it does take a V out of something. It takes a V out of sine curves. Ugh, okay. Yeah, if I'd put that C in guessing court, maybe I would have seen this. Of course, by this point, I've already used many clues, right? So I'm not like, oh, I should have gotten this, but like I should have gotten it a little bit sooner, maybe. A little bit less help. Court. Court, though. I mean, is this right, actually? No. Counter lady. That's a thing, right? Although I don't think that has to do with canceling an order. I don't think that's right. Yeah. Luncheonette worker. Countermand. To countermand is to cancel an order. Oh, and a luncheonette worker is a counterman. And then finally had the letter D. I see. I have several letters on this. Don't know. I guess I could have filled in ruckus here when I was asking for help. What do you think of ruckus? No. Oh, a rumpus? Yes, sure. I guess that is kind of a row as well, and it's a behind is a rump. Utter? This must be utter. Utter means complete. Now, what's a word for spread that you could add to the front of this? It would be butter. If you remove the top of butter, you get utter. Writing. Well, a scathing report is a pan. Although it's about unruly men on board, so it might be an N here. And then in the middle here, we'd have unruly men on board. I don't know, let's see how this looks. Nope. Huh. Well, oh, pan. We can put pan here, but of course the A was canceled already. It was marked incorrect. Penmanship. Writing is penmanship. Scathing report about unruly men on board. Man, ship. I mean, I see stuff related to the clue, but I don't see how it explains the answer. It's clearly right. I just don't know why. And one thing I like about cryptics is you get the answer twice, and so you can usually, like, if you only get half the clue, you can use the other half to check yourself, and here I don't get it. I'm no expert on rivers or flowers, so I'm probably just going to ask for help on this. What is this, though? Like, the way to view. Maybe it ends with ing. No, there's not really any letter that would fit here. Drawing is not really a drawing. Not really a group of letters you get in English. Okay, well, yeah, I thought it might end with IA, remember? Oh, is it it is, it's Petunia. If I just put the IA back in, thinking, oh yeah, it ends with Iowa, I'd be like, oh, there's a flower, yeah, Petunia. So how does the wordplay work? Your favorite, your favorite is your pet. I don't know, this word in doesn't make any sense. Is this really spot? Why is it spot? I saw ad. I mentioned that, right? An ad is a spot, but without the P, I would assume I was wrong, and I did. So why is coming up with the best spot? Oh, I see it. If you write coming up, if you write tops, if you write spot down and then read it coming up, you get tops, which means the best. And a TV ad is a spot. Ball drawing. Span. Slay. Slard. I don't know. The way to view. Bear. North or west? What the heck? Stand. Yeah, I thought that might be an N, but still don't know what to do with that. Standpoint. That's the way to view something. To bear north or west? To bear something is to stand it. And North Point and West Point are both places that exist. I see. That's a tough one. All right, give me maybe the musical instrument will cheer me up. Nope. I hate it. A reed? Yes. I was thinking more complicated musical instruments than that. But a reed is a musical instrument, and if you read something, you study it. But we misheard them as saying read. Get it? Fall apart outside. Fall apart outside. This looks like it probably ends with ES. Oof, makes this tough. Just tell me, is that right? Does it end ES? It does. Ventures. Kind of, it's a plural, and there's an S here. It kind of has to be ES to be plural-ish. X N. What about this T? Precepts. Maybe this is an S? It is an S. I'm out of crosses for this word. Well, this has got to be an E, right? I mean, not quite. It could be something else, but advantages. So precept is an adage. And it's going around 5, the letter V. And? Ant? How does ant worker benefits? An ant is a worker. Ah, of course. Yes, okay. So precepts are ad edges. They're about 5 worker. And 5 worker is V ant. And the whole thing together means benefits. Advantages are benefits. This looks like an X or an S or an N, maybe. I don't know. Give me this letter. I hate it. Enterprises are ventures? To appear is to enter. On stage before Jimmy Stewart's opening. Which we think Jimmy Stewart's opening I thought was a J, but apparently not. Prizes. How does this mean? Okay, to appear on stage also could be enter, not just to appear. Yes, probably better to appear on stage. Yeah, enter stage right and so on. So before Jimmy Stewart's opening. I don't know. I don't get it. React? No. Really? fall apart is a kind of reaction, but not... Come on, give me the C. There you go. I don't think this is right. No, it's not. Roast? A piece of meat is a roast. But it's not really... doesn't mean to fall apart outside, right? I don't think this is right either. It is right. Why? Oh, okay. Yeah. To fall apart is to rot, and it's outside like. Is as. And a roast is a piece of meat. Ugh. On site? Elsaf? Don't know. Give me like a... I don't know. Give me... I guess I should do this one. I hate this. I'm so bad. I want to like not upload this video. It's such a horrible performance, but might as well. What? Oh, ersatz. Does that mean phony? I didn't know that. Ersatz. Made or used as a substitute, typically an inferior one for something else. I thought ersatz meant like wise. I'm like way off. Merriam-Webster. Usually artificial or inferior substitute or imitation. Huh. So that's a phony. Tears spilled at the end. Oh, God. So tears spilled means the letters in tears have been rearranged to ersat. And you know what's at the end? The letter Z. The end of the alphabet, you know. Gross. Good beanery. Like, this should be a great something, right? Great. I don't know. Just tell me it's wrong. Put me out of my misery. Yeah. Greek-ish. Okay, so Grenoble? Lambeau sounds Greek. Sorry, did I say Greek? I meant French. But this just, I don't think this is right. Stop, can you stop scrolling me like a weirdo? The B was right. Something bar is not really a beanery, right? Greek bar. Oh, a try at something is a stab at it, and backwards it's bats, which is sporting equipment. Okay. A rooster is a bird. Fits these shapes, these lettered gaps. And a roster is a list which includes not 1 but 0 and extra O. I always forget you can like you can use O and 0 as each other. I sometimes forget anyway. Is this prey? Why is it prey? I thought of pray like at the very when I first saw the clue. Okay. Oh, but you have to mishear it as pray. I see. Aloud, right? Mark though is your mark. Yeah, I see. Your mark is your prey if you're like a con man or something. And to say grace aloud is to pray. Okay. Greta B. Per. Something rising in the water. Don't know. Well, let's take our last intersection square then. Green Bay. Okay, that must be where the Packers play, I guess. Why is that a good beanery? Something green is good. How is a bay a beanery, though? Oh. I didn't need to know what a beanery is. Constructed is telling me it's an anagram. Good beanery. Green Bay. No, that's not right. Because there's no O's. Oh, it's G for good, and then beanery anagrammed. I don't like that very much. Perk shore. Perm shore. Something rising in the water? That could be a shore. Is any of this right? This is not. Peristone. Periscope. A periscope is an object, so why is this right? Per. Is I just island, and to scope is to make out something? Or to make out, and then something rising in the water is a periscope? I wouldn't have expected I to be island, but apparently that can be. Okay, that was a tough one. I got creamed. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.